G'day legends and welcome back to Unpopular Aussie Opinions, the only place in Australian sport that refuses to let the footy bubble pretend politics stops at the turnstiles. Right now, the NRL world is absolutely losing its mind because one of the greatest Indigenous players to ever pull on a jersey, GREG INGLIS, has come out and publicly backed Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and the Labor government. And my unpopular opinion is going to trigger an avalanche of hate in the comments, but it has to be said. The same blokes screaming keep politics out of our game are the first ones who cheered when JT backed the coalition and when Cam Smith had beers with ScoMo. This is not about left or right. This is about rank hypocrisy, dressed up in maroon and cardinal red. It all blew up yesterday afternoon. GREG INGLIS, South Sydney's 2014 Premiership captain, 39 Test kangaroo, 32 Origin warrior, and the bloke whose goanna crawl is tattooed on half the kids in Redfern, posts a simple photo on Instagram. He is standing outside Parliament House in Canberra wearing his Goanna Academy polo, arm around Anthony Albanese, both of them smiling like they just watched Queensland win another series. The caption is short and lethal, proud to stand with a Prime Minister who has actually delivered for mob. $1 billion extra into closing the gap health program since 2022. New dialysis units in the top end, mental health workers in remote communities instead of just flyers, record funding for Indigenous boarding schools so kids do not have to leave home at 12. These are not political talking points. These are the programs Greg and Elise Kakamo fight for every single day. But apparently, when a proud Dunghati man says thank you to a government that finally showed up, that is dragging politics into footy. Meanwhile, the same fans had zero issue when Billy Slatter coached Queensland to another series win while quietly backing the LNP, or when Daly Cherry Evans does ads for mining companies that rip up Cape York. Selective outrage doesn't even begin to cover it. The worst part? Some of the abuse hurled at GI has been straight up racist filth. Dog whistling, monkey emojis, the lot. And where is the South Sydney statement condemning it? Where are the ex-players who leap to defend the Anzac ceremony but suddenly go missing when an Indigenous legend cops it for daring to have an opinion? Here's the unpopular truth. Rugby league has never been apolitical and never will be. This is the working class game, the Indigenous game, the game born in Redfern tents and played on dusty ovals in the Territory. When GREG INGLIS stands with a Prime Minister who has actually delivered, he's not playing politics. He's honouring every kid who ever wore number 5 because of him. If a few fair-weather fans want to tear up their membership because a Rabbitohs immortal said thank you to a government that kept its word, then let them go. The Pride Jersey boycott mob already showed us who they are. GREG INGLIS will still be a legend long after the trolls have moved on to the next culture war. Drop your cake below. Am I wrong, or is this just the same tired double standard wearing a different jersey? Like if you're proud of GI for speaking truth, smash subscribe if you're new, and turn on the bell because we're not done yet. This is Unpopular Aussie Opinions, and we'll catch you in the next one.